to Conquering Mount Scrapmore with Brenda. I'm Brenda, and today we're playing with another fun traditional block. I'm going to call this one Windows, and it's kind of a modern take on a very traditional block where we have the mitered corners or the Y seams into the corners and all this. I've made this very fast, fun, and simple, and it's going to be a wonderful, fun sew. But first, let's get to our shout out. Our shout out here today is Amber at Sew Majestic. You guys, you got to check her out, show her some love and encouragement. If you like what you see over there, hit that subscribe button because she's got a lot of fun things going on in her channel. Now, also in the show notes, besides finding her YouTube channel, you're going to find our Facebook group, which we are growing rapidly, having a great time in there. We have several community chats. We doing fabric swaps. We have a virtual sewing room that we all hang out in, or quite a few of us go and hang out in there. And we now, the most recent one is the recipe exchange. So we're having all sorts of fun in there. It's a very warm, welcoming group. So if you're part of the Facebook community, you should come join us. Now, the other thing you're going to find in there is our Zoom sew dates. Our Zoom sew dates are usually the first Saturday of the month from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, because usually I'm in Alberta. But right now we're filming from Arizona, and those sew dates are so much fun. It's a very international community that shows up. We have ladies coming from Europe and the UK, both Canada, the US, sometimes South America, sometimes Australia and New Zealand, and a couple ladies showed up a few times from Indonesia. What a great time we had. We just had a blast. It was so much fun. Now, the other thing you're going to find is the collaboration I'm working on. I am so excited. Right now we're block testing and we're pattern testing and everything else. And those blocks are coming together. They are just so much fun. They're just absolutely gorgeous. So you guys have got to get ready for that. There's nothing to buy because you're shopping your stash. There's no rulers, weird rulers that you need. Nothing. You should be able to have those basic tools. We're making everything out of basic tools that you would have in your sewing room. It's going to be so much fun. And the round robin theme is community. So I'm looking forward to some of the other rounds that are coming out. But yeah, it's going to be great. Now, lastly, I speak for free. So if your guild or quilting group is looking for a speaker for to do over Zoom, I do a free presentation. I have a PowerPoint presentation that I present, and I chat about scrappy quilts and making charity quilts and all sorts of fun stuff like that. So it's been a lot of fun doing those chats, and I get paid by seeing show and tell. So I just enjoy that so much. I have met so many amazing quilters, and I've talked to so many amazing guilds. It's just blowing me away, some of the talented quilters out there. So come on in, let's get to the sewing. Oh, share, like, and subscribe. Okay, guys? Come on, let's get to the sewing here now. Okay, we're at the sewing machine, and here we go. This is what the layout looks like. I know it was kind of weird to look at it on the table before, but we got this now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to start putting the littlest parts together first, and we're just going to run them all through. This one comes together. This is a really good leader ender, right? Now, this is one. I got some fun, larger size scale print, and I thought, okay, we could do this. We could play around with this and make this fun. Just have a little bit of, get a little bit of fun going here. Summertime fun. You got watermelons and, pickled things and all sorts of craziness. Now, I'm going to show you something here. I cheated. That is sticking out on either side, right? The yellow underneath, that's okay. And I'm going to show you why. You get 1/8 of the seam. I ran up just a little bit short when I was cutting, and I was like, oh no. So if you start with this matching, this is only, but if you kind of squidgy it over, when you're a little short, and you kind of move it to the center, both seams are shorter on the green, but you still have enough to make a seam, right? So we're gonna work with this way. I know you're not supposed to do that. You're supposed to have good 1/4 inch seams, but you know what? we did at one time have, you know, this is what our mothers, our grandmothers did. So, you know, it's okay to do. It is okay to do. So what I'm going to do, and this uses up your 2.5-inch squares, so that's all good. That's always good. You know, 2.5-inch squares are gone. Yay! So now with this, I would try to put it more, when I'm lining them up, I'm going to try and put that thin seam to the center of the block, because you don't want it on the edge. That's there. That's another trick or cheat, you can say. Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking when I cut this, but it was like, oh dear, I'm short. And I'm short like a little bit. But you can do it. You can make it happen. So, okay. There. The other one's very high, but that one got short. So it's kind of like poverty piecing without the piecing bit. Or figuring it out and making do is probably a better term for it. So, anyways, let's just get all of that off. Now, we're going to be pressing this to the outside, because that lighter, the block in the center is a little bit light. So we're just going to be running, this is such a fun batik. Okay, now I don't want my seams to go crazy on me, so I'm going to piece with the small skinny part on the bottom. Okay. There. There we go. Now see that? It's sticking out just a bit. That's what you need. You need the other piece now to match the line. And that's what's going to give you your, it's going to be a scant 1/4 inch, but it's fine. It will work. Okay. I don't know. Okay, and I'm going to do the hard edge first. Let's see where that pinked edge is, right there. That pinked edge. I'm going to line up this edge so it's perfect, and we're going to run the pinked edge through first. I know, you guys are sitting there, it'll work. Yes, it works. Yes, it works. Okay. There we go. Just grab a topper. There. This is some cute fabric. I'm not sure who it is, but wow, is it ever gorgeous. There. Now. This side's just a hair shorter, so I'm going to line that up. Make sure that works. There we go. Why is my sewing machine sewing funny all of a sudden? Okay, first off, we gotta check to make sure why we have issues. I don't know why we have an issue, but we do suddenly. And I think it might be the bobbin. Let's see what's going on. I might have ran out of bobbin. It's been doing this weird thing lately when I run out of bobbin. Okay, there we go. And we'll just give this a gentle massage out. There, okay. I bet you it is out of bobbin. Hang on. Hang on, checking the bobbin. Yes, it is. It is fully out of stuff. Okay. Get the high-tech empty medicine bottle. There we go. The new bobbin in. Yeah. I like when I'm here, I like to keep dust off my thread. So I want it protected and covered. I knew I was going to run out. Okay, well, that's fine. Let's see. Okay. There we go. I'm just rerunning them. Sorry about that, but, you know, that's real life sewing. It is what it is, and I'm, you know, like, it's better that you know how to do this and how to change stuff. Just change it. Just make it happen. Because there's some beginners out there that would run out of bobbin and panic, and it's like, well, no, you just put a new bobbin in. It's okay. It's not, it's got nothing, you did nothing wrong. It's fine. Oh, there we go. There. Now I'm just pressing this, doing a quick finger press out of the way, and this one lines up. Nice. There we go. Isn't this cute with the grapes and the wooden spoons and the can of peas and all this? It's just so cute. I just love this little watermelon fabric that I had. And I thought, oh, this would be cute for a little kid. A little one, a little one's quilt. You're supposed to have fun with your colors and playing with stuff, and it's all good. Okay. Now I have made my logs all the same color, out of the same fabric, because I had a piece that was big enough. If your pieces are not big enough to do that, and you have to go with, okay, this is a pink brown, and I've got, 4 different pinks, this block would probably work too. Because, I mean, it is like there's a light medium and a medium, or a darker medium, right? So, I mean, and what's providing unity is the center square and the background colors. So, I mean, if you had nothing but scraps, I mean, truly nothing but little bits and bobs of this and that, well, you could still make this block work. Okay. Okay, now, I'm just going to get all of this off and put it back where we found it. There. So now these all measure, what we've just sewn all measures 4.5 inches square. You shouldn't be needing, just a minute here, I'm going to make sure that the scant seam ends up on the inside of the block. There we go. This one doesn't matter because it is the inside of the block. So as we're just checking, and we're just doing a conscious, okay, this one needs to go that way. That looks okay. And this one had a short side as well. Yeah, okay. So that's how they're all going to go. So all the shorter bits, or the scanter seams, are closer to the inside of the block, right? Which makes, it just gives it a little more security. You wouldn't necessarily want it on the outside edge. That's all I'm saying. Okay, so we assemble like a 9-catch, very quick. We do this by webbing. You've seen this if you've been watching my channel at all. I mean, this is my favorite way of putting together a quilt. I mean, this comes together very quickly. And once we get this part done, it comes together. See, now, what you could do with this is you could make all of your window blocks. You could make all of those blocks, beforehand, like as a leader ender. And that way you could be sewing a different quilt and having this building this quilt as you go, kind of thing. As you're building all of this. And you wouldn't have to have a lot of blocks sitting beside you on your right side, to work with. Like, you could just have a few blocks, do a few blocks at a time, and, it's a nice 4.5 inch block. There we go. There, now. Okay, I'm just going to open that up, make sure we've got the right, everything's going the right direction. Yes, it is. Perfect. Now, okay, this. Okay, now I'm just laying that up. go. Nice. And last one. Okay, there we go. Now, if you were worried about a particular seam, right? Okay, I'm going to show you this before we start. If you're worried about a particular seam, like this seam is really tiny, this is your best friend. Let me get my bottle out right now and show you. This is called Fray Check, right? So what Fray Check does is, yeah, if I can open it, because sometimes it's glued shut. Fray Check is one of those products that you would put on a thin, skinny seam like this. You would run it on the seam side, and you would just move through the rest of this sewing as if nothing else was wrong, because it dries clear and it doesn't fray, so the seam is still nice and workable now. And that's there. So you would let that dry, or you would iron it dry. But for me, because it's not on a seam that we're going to be sewing here, I can just keep sewing. So that's what I'm going to do. But Fray Check, if you're working with thinner seams, that's a good product. And you can sew through it. You can sew through Fray Check as well, right? That's something people forget. So what I'm going to do as I'm sewing this with my needle down, I'm going to cut this open, and I'm going to make sure that we have nice nets on the corners. And this fabric is a little bit sturdy, so I'm going to press inward, because that's the way it's going to lie flattest. Pressing into the white. Against, not pressing to the dark, because you're fighting too many seams. There we go. And right to the end. Yeah. And our grandmothers and mothers didn't have Fray Check. What a lovely product that is. And I think, yeah, it's made by Dritz. And you can get it online or go to your local quilt shop. They always have something like that, or, a fabric shop. They have it because it's always such a, even if you're hand tying a quilt, get some Dritz Fray Check on there as you make your knot. That knot will never come undone, and it dries clear, and nobody knows that you put it there, right? So there, and all you do is just drop in your hand knotting, or like when you're quilting, you just like what do they call it? Oh dear. You're hand quilting, but you're only, tying knots, not making stitches. I can't remember what the name of it's called. But anyways, that. Hand tying a quilt. Hand tying, that's the word. Okay. Now, there. So this is what it looks like now in the back. And I'm going to give this a very quick press. Now, I think maybe I should go, I'm not sure which way I'm going to go with this. I think I'm going to go this way. That looks pretty good. And just go out. There. Go out. And out. And out. And out. So there. There's the pressing for the back. I hope you get a good look at that. Like I say, it's, see, this stuff is already starting to dry, right? So I'll give it a quick press, and we'll give our ta-da moment. So here's our big ta-da moment. This was such a fun focused fabric to use. You could use any 2.5-inch square in these little window blocks. They're so much fun. It's a good leader ender. It really is, because you can go through a bunch of these in a hurry, like just by, running another quilt through. And then you bring it all together with, the same low volume through the block. This one comes out great. It was fast and fun, and this is perfect. Now, for any of you wondering what happened with the Fray Check, it was dry before I even had a chance to iron it, and it dries soft. so it's not this hard little bit in your quilt, right? You know, and it's clear, so it's going to hold those shorter seams, those scanter seams perfectly. So I do hope you give this one a try. Like I say, this was lots of fun to do, and you can do it all sorts of scrappiness. It'll be just lovely. So until we meet each other again, you guys take care and have an absolutely awesome week ahead. Okay, bye. My husband and I would love to thank you for watching our video and being so supportive of our channel. This has been just such an amazing journey we're on here on YouTube, and we wouldn't been able to do it without you. So our thanks, truly our thanks for you. If there's anything you need, don't be afraid to contact me either through the Facebook book or through email. I'm trying to do as many viewer request videos as possible, and if I don't do it, you need to remind me, okay? So that's not a problem. But yes, it's been just absolutely amazing. Make sure you tell your gills I speak for free. We have a Facebook group. We do Zoom sew dates, and we give out nothing but free patterns. So I hope that you have an absolutely joyful year ahead, and your sewing room, everything is going for you, and life is great. Okay, you take care until we see each other again. Okay, bye.